Hi everybody, welcome to day 3 then, welcome back to my landing. Today we're going to focus on some resistance work, okay? So we've done our warm-up. For those of you who were able to access it yesterday, we did the cardiovascular, and I'm working on trying to get that back onto to WhatsApp for you at the moment. It's giving me problems. But there is a YouTube channel that you can all access. For those of you that can access YouTube, just look for Dave Montgomery, and you'll see it on there, and both of those 2 videos are on there already. So if you want to access it via YouTube, please feel free, and I'll send you the link via WhatsApp later on. I hope you're finding them useful. Again, any feedback, please do let me have it. We'd most appreciated. All right, so we've done our warm-up, we've done our cardiovascular. We're going to focus on some resistance work today. Build our muscles and work into our muscles. What you're going to need is a chair and a wall. Basically, that's all we're going to use to start off with, and we'll add some extra stuff in as we go through. Now, if over the next few days you've got some milk canisters that you finished with and you want to give them a clean out, keep hold of them, we can pop some soil or some something like that in it. I wouldn't use flour or sugar, because you know we need to keep our essentials available to us, really. So perhaps some soil out of the garden or something, just to give it a bit of weight, and then next week we can look at using those as far as some makeshift weights are concerned. If you've got weights at home, even better, fantastic, you can look to use those next week. All right, so going into our main workout then for today. So we're focusing on to our resistance work. We're going to work our legs and we're going to work our upper body. So what I want you to do is grab hold of a chair for me. And I just happen to have one here. I raided the dining room, brought a chair in for you, okay? I'm going to show you sideways on firstly. What we're going to do is a stand and a sit. All right, so sitting into our chair, first thing we need to do is make sure our posture is really good. So we're lifting the shoulders up, back and down, and focusing into keeping our chin lifted and our head parallel. Our knees are in line with our hips, and our feet are in line with our knees, okay? From there, we're going to bottom walk into the front third of our chair. So we're sitting in the front third of our chair, and then from here, what we're going to do is lean forward slightly, power up through our feet, so we come to a standing position. Little pedal of the feet there for me so we don't get any drops in blood pressure. And then we're going to sit ourselves back down, okay? Now it's a nice slow and controlled movement. So from here we power on up and we sit down nice and controlled. Now the slower you can make it, the better. As we work slower, what actually works is that our heart has to work a little bit harder, because we're making the muscles work a little bit harder. Keep going with that for me, and I'm just going to turn facewards on for you again. All right, so because we're working slower, the muscles are staying tense for longer, so we're actually making it work harder, so we're getting a better workout. Now I know this can be tough on your knees, so if you can't manage a sit to stand, you can do the little jockey lift that we talked about yesterday, lifting up and using your hands. Now if you need to use your hands to come down onto your knees, feel free to do so. All right, just coming up and lowering down for me. Excellent. We're going to aim to do about 20 of these before we have a little rest, and then we're going to try and do some more from there. All right, if you want to make it a little bit harder, what you can do for me is place your hands over your chest, so you've got no support at all. Yeah, that's it, just powering on up and lowering back down. Fantastic. Okay, and if we want to make it a little bit harder still, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little hover. So as we come back down, nice and slow and controlled, we hover there as if we're going to change our mind, and then we sit down. All right, so again, coming back up and lowering down. Let's just do 3 more of these. Keeping breathing nice and steadily in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, as always, make sure you've got a drink available. Okay, lovely job. Last one down there. Have a little march, have a little shake of those legs out. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up to a standing position again. So heels just behind your knees, lean forward, power through, following your nose through your toes to a standing position. Lose the chair for a moment. All right, what we're going to do is going to work on our upper body. All you need is a wall, hands onto the wall. Yeah, and what we're going to do, step back so we're arm's length away, just bring ourselves into the wall and push back. Coming in towards the wall and pushing back. Keeping the back nice and straight, so we're not arching, so we're making sure that we've got a good posture throughout. Keep going with that for me. What this is going to do is load the bones into the wrists as well. So as well as working into your chest, as you come forward, we're opening and we're squeezing into the muscles in the back. As we push forward again, we're working into our chest, working into those pecs to actually build some muscle and some strength and some tone into there as well. But what you're also doing is you're loading through your wrists, and your wrists is one of your main fracture points. So it's really important that we keep our wrists good and strong. Now, alternatives, if you've got a table, you can use the table, or you could use, as I'm doing here, the banister to bring it down into it a little bit more. Likewise, your chair could come in again, and once more, hands onto the chair, and just a little lower down and pushing up. But you take it to where you feel comfortable, okay? So keep going with that for me. Pushing in and back. Just do 2 more for me. Brilliant. And then from there, come back in, have a little march, have a little shake out. One last thing we're going to focus on today, I say it's mainly legs and upper body, is a lunge, all right? And what I want you to do here is, because it's going to work on some balance going forward, so it's about stepping over something, all right? So we're going to step forward and we're going to come back in. Step forward and come back in, all right? Now, if you need a chair to help you with that, that's fine. Put the chair by the side of you. Stand back an arm's length from it. So as you come forward, your hand and your shoulder are in line, okay? And it's just a little step forward and pushing back. I mentioned yesterday that one of the things we'll look at is something called backward chaining, which is about how we get down onto the floor and how we get back up safely if we need it. Just note that while we're doing this, we're changing leg every time, and the heel's coming down onto the floor and rolling through to our ball of the foot. So we're nice and supported. We're powering up through the heel as well, okay? Lovely job. Now all of this helps with things like getting onto the toilet, getting off the toilet, getting in and out of bed, getting into the chair, this sort of thing. Obviously reaching down to get something. It's important during these difficult times that we stay mobile, we stay active, yeah? One of these days we'll be back together, and I look forward to seeing you all really fit and really healthy. As always, any feedback, any comments, please let me know. Yeah? Right. One last thing I want to focus on today. We're just going to do a little bit of a reach. So, standing behind our chair if we need to. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see. I'm holding myself with the chair if I need to, and I'm going to push up onto the balls of the feet. Now, I know I've been doing some of this with you in the weight section of the classes recently. There we go. Pushing up and lowering down. You should feel this into your calves, and it's helping to build muscle into those calves for you as well. If you feel comfortable with it, what you're doing, a little reach up with one hand or both hands, but only if you feel comfortable with it, okay? So coming up and down, up and down. Now, this section you can do on its own. You don't have to do the cardiovascular one before it, but always make sure you do that warm up, and always make sure you have a little bit of a march at the end to cool down. All right, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Stay safe, keep going, and see you soon. Bye.